This is a special presentation from News Channel Nebraska. This broadcast is presented by Currency. Does your business need financing for equipment, trucks, or trailers? Visit gocurrency.com. And by Liberty First Credit Union, banking with purpose. Find out more at libertyfirstcu.com.
Welcome back to West Point High School basketball on News Channel Nebraska. The second half of our varsity doubleheader, the boys matchup between Guardian Angel Central Catholic and Crofton. That matchup presented by Nebraska Public Power District, NPPD, always there when you need them. Back with Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay. Andrew, hope springs eternal in December in basketball season. A couple of teams in GACC and Crofton that have been waiting for a while for basketball success, but both teams off to pretty good starts so far and want to keep that mojo going here Saturday night.
Absolutely. I mean, taking a look at Guardians, I mean, they're 2-2 on the season, and down over at Crofton, they're 2-1. They haven't played 4 games, but I mean, these are two very identical teams, both on the floor. As far as aggression, as far as physicality, it's going to be a close matchup here tonight.
GACC 2-2 on the year, already halfway to their win total all of last season when they were 4-17. And Andrew, a big reason for that so far has been the play of Connor Kralik.
Connor Kralik is absolutely amazing. He's a tall, standing 6'5" junior. He has 25 points from just last week, and he's a returning starter as well. And he's definitely the leader down there on the floor, and he's going to be an outstanding player to watch.
Crofton, meanwhile, coming in 2-1 for Coach Frank Gade, a coach that knows about winning at the highest level in Class C2. And the Warriors so far have been impressive. They've got a lot of players back from last year, including Braxton Foxoven, leading scorer from last year, kind of a slow start to this year, but he's really starting to pick it up.
He's the leading scorer, he's the leading rebounder, he's just absolutely all over, averaging 10.3 points per game, which is absolutely ridiculous, coming off a career high of last week, 17 points. So he is hot and he is on fire, and expect to see that tonight.
We've got starting lineups, all the action coming your way. It's Warriors versus Blue Jays here on News Channel Nebraska.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at customsportsco.com.
Diabetes is a health condition often treated by a primary care physician, but some special care could be needed from an endocrinologist. Let's meet one with Faith Regional. Joined now by Dr. Caitlin Brow, an endocrinologist with Faith Regional Physician Services. Our topic right now is diabetes, and that's a common term that people know, but they might not know exactly what it is. What is diabetes and what are the symptoms?
So diabetes is essentially high blood sugar, but it's high blood sugar either from a lack of insulin that's made by a gland in the body called the pancreas, or the inability of that insulin to work at other glands and organs in the body, or insulin resistance.
Now this can happen at different points in life, and that can be a different type of diabetes. What are the main different types?
Type 1 diabetes is where the pancreas doesn't make enough insulin or doesn't make any insulin at all. And so treatment of type 1 diabetes is actually insulin. And actually that can happen anytime during our lifetime. It's kind of a misnomer. We think about type 1 diabetes being more of a juvenile diagnosis, but it can happen at any time in life. So type 2 diabetes is when the body makes insulin, but that insulin has trouble working at other glands and target organs, so that's called insulin resistance. And so we actually are more apt to develop that when we are overweight. It can go along with high blood pressure, high cholesterol. It can run in families more so. A third type of diabetes that we don't often think about is gestational diabetes, and this is higher blood sugar during pregnancy. Interestingly, having gestational diabetes can put you at risk for development of type 2 diabetes in the future.
What symptoms should someone be looking out for and possibly get looked at?
Some common symptoms of higher blood sugar include increased thirst or increased urination. Sometimes you can have blurry vision, or poor wound healing. Those are all symptoms of potentially having some higher blood sugar.
Well, Dr. Brow, thanks so much for sharing your knowledge.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever-changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
Let's take a look at our school spotlight, brought to you by Currency. Need financing for ATVs, RVs, or other expensive items? Maybe some diction lessons. Currency is here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com today. Crofton High School up in Knox County. We already mentioned before that Crofton, named for Crofton Court. Also the home of the supposedly extremely haunted Argo Hotel in Crofton, Nebraska. Meanwhile, Guardian Angels Central Catholic, as we mentioned, Guardian Angels, the oldest co-ed Catholic school in the state of Nebraska here in West Point, but covers the surrounding area. They've got kids in their student body from nearby Beamer, kids from Howells, Scribner, that area, all come here to this school, which has been a stalwart in northeast Nebraska for well over a century. Well, Andrew, we got a couple of young teams here, and boy, I'll tell you what, a couple of teams are trying to get, just get some mojo going. A win tonight for whoever it is, I think could really go a long way to building some momentum to a winning season.
Oh, absolutely, and there's no question. Taking a look at Crofton last year, 6-20, and they lost to Guardian Angels last time they saw each other, 40-64. So Guardian Angels had the win last season, but much like, the game we just saw here, Guardian Angels had the win last season on the girls' side, and then Crofton came back and got the win tonight. It could be the same situation for Crofton boys, but also on the year last year for Guardian Angels, they went 4-17, although they did have that win over Crofton as well. So this game could really go either way.
Crofton has lost 6 of their last 8 against Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Let's talk starting lineups. Tonight, we talked about Braxton Foxhoven, the junior. Jace Foxhoven has actually been their leading scorer so far this year, 15 points per game over their first 3 games. He had 21 in a game against Laurel Concord. Coleridge was a 3.3 rebound a game guy last year. The Pinkelmans, both Sam and Seth, both averaging 7.3 points per game. Both the Foxhovens and Sam Pinkelman are your returning starters from last year. Meanwhile, Guardian Angels Central Catholic, the starting 5. We talked about Connor Kralik. How about 25 points against Wynot in that 52-27 win over the Blue Devils? Joe Schwer, the 6'3 senior, the other returning starter from last year. This starting lineup is huge. 6'2", 6'5", 6'2", 6'3", 6'5", a decided height advantage, and they can shoot. Joe Schwer in particular at 6'3 can step out and hit the outside shot. That's the type of thing that Crofton is going to need to be mindful of this evening. Those are your starters. The opening tips next. You're watching NCN.
Regional, we offer a full spectrum for eye rejuvenation. It's an old saying that the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, they're also the part of a body that most people are looking at most of the time. So eye rejuvenation really consists of working on the part of your bodies that really you show the most. Eye rejuvenation can be functional, so we can improve vision, and it can also be cosmetic and improve appearance. Functionally, people really benefit from increasing their visual fields. So if you feel that usually happens with your upper eyelids. If your upper eyelids are affecting your vision.
Getting set for opening tip here at the Central Catholic Activity Center. Alongside Andrew Fife, from Eric McKay. That is Guardian Angel Central Catholic in their home whites. With the ball, Crofton in their road maroon uniforms. So glad you could join us here on News Channel Nebraska. Here's Kralik, corner triple, too strong. Rebound battled for and won by Crofton. That's Trevor Allen, the freshman, starting out with it. Allen been playing well for a freshman. Had 14 in a win over Tri-County Northeast earlier this season. The pull-up, too strong from the right side. The rebound to Bryce Bailey. Kralik thought about stepping into the three. Can't roll the floater home, but follows up his shot. Well, nice job to keep the dribble going, too. Swung left side, corner triple. That Schwer, he got it. Joe Schwer, the 6'3 senior in GACC, strikes first.
And what a great shot from the corner. Just beautiful.
Crofton working against a man-to-man's look defensively. Allen thought step back, instead gives right side to Pinkelman. Pulls up, mid-range, too strong, missed everything. And that's Bailey on the rebound. Into the front court, the Blue Jays, the up fake, that's Bailey. Lost the handle on the way up. Taken away by Braxton Foxhoven. Three, no good. Rebound underneath, still alive. Crofton comes up with it, but Foxhoven too strong on the putback. Nobody can buy a bucket right now. Transition triple, short. Rebound, tapped around, still alive. Blue Jays have it. That's Bryce Bailey. Sent right side to Kralik. Now Schwer back to Kralik. Wants three. Short-armed it. Rebound off and running is Foxhoven. Gets to the trailer on the secondary break. Missed everything there. Out of bounds, it'll be GACC basketball. Well, both teams are getting good looks. Just a little cool to start the game. And Coach Gade for Crofton wants to talk it over a little bit. We'll keep it here. 5:56 to go as you look at the replay of our only made bucket so far. Those replays are brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow. Early on, you can tell, Andrew, both teams looking to push the tempo. Want this to be an up-tempo game. I think in particular for Crofton, if this slows down to a half-court battle, given GACC's height, it's going to be tough for the Warriors to score.
Absolutely. I mean, just taking a look at the height difference between these two teams, just staggering out on the floor. And I mean, like you said, Eric, they've been very aggressive to start out. They had good looks. They've had shots available, but only one has managed to sink in for Guardian Angels. But you can't help but admire the competitiveness that this game is going to have.
Out of the timeout, Blue Jays with the ball. Ooh, Crofton fell asleep on the backside of that zone, and a great find. That's Jesse Steffen with the bucket. Credit Schwer with the assist.
And what a nice spot pass from Schwer. Finding him down low, just a laser.
Pull up, long deuce, short. Rebound out to Foxhoven's got to lob it up to keep it alive. Pinkelman trying to find his shot. He's 0 for 4 from the field in the early going. This is Allen. Out to Braxton Foxhoven. Now Pinkelman, that's Sam Pinkelman. And there you see it's, you know, the game settles into that half-court set. Crofton really doing some work to try to find an opening. Now Pinkelman off the up fake. Allen wants three. Rebound pulled down. That's Miles Dinslage seeing his first action. Crofton has missed their first 7 shots here in West Point this evening. And a bit of a frustration foul there on Trevor Allen.
Yeah, Crofton just not able to find anything offensively. The looks are good, but just unable to finish.
Off the inbound counter, Kralik. His first bucket, 7-0 run by the Blue Jays to start this game. You talk about the size that GACC has. They get bigger when they go to the bench. Miles Dinslag in, 6'5", the senior. He's leaning on Foxhoven. Foxhoven can't back him down. Tough shot over the big man. Rebound tapped out to GACC. It is a cold start for the Warriors. There you see Coach Frank Gade took Neely Oakdale to the championship game in 2017. One of the more shocking upsets. They beat a Hastings St. Cecilia team that was the overwhelming favorite in C2 that year in the semis. Correction, in the quarterfinals that year. Ended up making it to the championship game, fell to Ponca. That off the mark, Kralik the rebound, he's off and running. Kralik backing away, fading away. Rolls off the iron and a foul on the rebound. That'll be on Schwer, his first.
And that was Seth Pinkelman who went up and got that rebound. That's his first of the night.
Can Crofton find some offense? 0 for 9 from the field to start the game. Foxhoven doubled. Passes to Jace Foxhoven. Jump stop but travel. Picked up the foot before the jump stop, says official Les Piper, and the turnover gives it back to the Blue Jays. Jace Panning in the game for Crofton. 5'10" sophomore. And it's GACC. Jesse Steffen giving to Schwer, mid-range, rises, fires, but Allen corrals the rebound. The hesitation dribble. Switching to the left hand. That's a pretty move, in Crofton on the board. Double on the entry pass. That leaves an open three. Schwer short-armed it. Kralik cleans it up. He can't get it to go. Third time, not the charm. But Miles Dinslag, after his offensive rebound, will head to the line. Well, neither team really a banner shooting night so far. But working hard on the glass. And boy, you would imagine in a game like this, GACC with the size advantage they have, probably going to see a few second chance opportunities. And in that case, a third chance opportunity. Sam Haas in the game now for the Blue Jays. Dinslagi splits the pair.
Well, stating the obvious, with that height advantage that Guardian Angels has, like you said, they're going to have a lot of those second chances. So when you're Crofton, you're going to have to find a way to manage yourself around that and try to play some small ball.
Cody Haas also checking into the game for Guardian Angels, 6'2" junior. Well, just all that length. It's really hard for Crofton to find anything right now, and the pivot foot slid as Foxhoven had to change his idea. And now Kralik splits defenders, floats it home. Connor Kralik, good touch there. He's got 4. And Crofton's got to talk it over. They call a timeout. We'll take one as well. 2.5 to go. First quarter, it's an 8-point game. This is NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Safety, reliability, and the most propane storage in the region. Solutions and service you can count on with Farmers Pride, the trusted supplier of propane for over 50 years. With scheduled delivery and budget and prepay plans, Farmers Pride has the right solution to fit your propane needs. Farmers Pride offers residential, agricultural, and commercial propane sales and service across the Siouxland area. Farmers Pride, in the field, on your farm, in your community.
GACC coach Brian Mendlick watching his team. His second year at the helm of this program, his father, Dwayne Mendlick, legendary coach, was a coach here at GACC for years, is still on the bench as an assistant. Boy, you could do a lot worse than learning from a guy who spent well over 20 years as a head coach. The Mendlick name has been one associated with basketball and Guardian Angels for a long time. In fact, it was Mendlick who helped take GACC to a state championship in 1998. They were runners-up in 2003. And there's a good aggressive drive by Crofton. Andrew, that is what they've needed, is just to get more aggressive against this GACC size.
Absolutely, and that gives them a good chance here at the line to at least try to pick up 2 more.
First free throw strong. The foul on Sam Haas. He's got to hit the bench. That's 2 quick ones for him. So Chase Smith checks in, his first action. Smith, a 5'11 junior. Good shooter's roll on the second. First point for Pinkelman. We're back to a 7-point game. Nothing baseline. Now high post, out and up. Kralik found some space. Schwer, the offensive rebound, lost it. Dribbled out of bounds. It will stay with GACC.
Hey, and not only is their offense starting to get a little aggressive, but their defense is too now on the other side of the court here.
Dinslage back in the game for GACC. He gets it off the inbound. Plays the angles, uses the window. Dinslage's first field goal. Now Allen got a step, split the defense, drew damage on the floor. And Crofton will inbound, but a much more concerted effort to get to the bucket off the bounce out of that second Crofton timeout. There you see the bank shot there on the rebound. Boy, good defense by Dinslage there. That shot missed everything, and Guardian Angels will take over. The tough shooting night continues for Crofton in the early going. Cross court, Smith. Touchdown low. Back to Kralik. Mid-range, bottom. Beautiful shot, Bryce Bailey. First make on his first attempt. Now Foxhoven gets to Pinkelman. Pinkelman will pull up over the outstretched arm and drop it. Seth Pinkelman now has made 2 in a row after missing his first 4 shots. Nice touch pass. Boy, the ball movement has been crisp from Guardian Angels early on.
Their offense definitely clicking. Pulled away here quite early.
11-point lead early on. We saw that in the last game as well and saw it disappear. So see if Guardian Angels can hold it. Can Crofton find an answer offensively? They have struggled from the field in the early going. Off the screen. Oh, I wasn't looking for it on the roll. Turns it over.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. That pass was intended down in the paint, but it just wasn't there.
Dinslage misses over 2 defenders. Foxhoven the rebound. Oh my, no call on the contact. The 3 is off the mark. The ball's still loose. They won't get a shot up to end the quarter. Yeah, the lid remains on the bucket for Crofton after 1. It's GACC 16, Crofton 5. You're watching NCN.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Guardian Angels Central Catholic's offense has been clicking early. Joe Schweer from outside, but Andrew Pfeiffer, they're getting it done inside as well. Really good ball movement from the Blue Jays in the early going.
Oh, absolutely, and I think that's what's working to their advantage is not only are they moving the ball well, but their height advantage allows them to be more physical down low, and they've just been able to create those shots and stick it to them defensively, especially tough, and as to why they're leading by 11.
By contrast, Crofton just 2 of 13 from the field. 16-5 on our scoreboard. That's brought to you in part by Faith Regional Physician Services. When hard work hits you hard, have faith. Also by Currency. Does your business need help financing big-ticket items? Well, Currency's here to help. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. Crofton with the ball to start the second half. Allen off the slip screen. Gives it up. A little bit of a weave from Crofton, trying to create some motion. Allen finds the baseline. Good drive from the freshman. Oh, nobody picked up shooter. Kralik will hit those all day. Connor Kralik with 7. And now nobody picked up ball. Boy, Crofton just a little out of sorts here to start the second. A little out of control, trying to force up that shot. Blue Jays out with it. Kralik spins, fires, can't fill it up. Foxhoven showing some strength for the rebound. Now Jace Foxhoven. Pinkelman off the up fake, got a step. Good help defense though. Corner 3, rebound to Huss.
He had a wide open look there on the corner, just unable to sink the shot.
Now at the other end, Smith wants 3. He missed everything, and Foxhoven skies over the big men to get the rebound. Foxhoven through the wickets, out of bounds. It'll stay with Crofton, or rather with the GACC. Schweer and Bailey both return to the contest in favor of Chase Smith and Cody Huss. Meanwhile, Seth Pinkelman returns for Crofton. Zach Arns will have a seat. Arns, the 6-foot senior. Entry pass, going to get a push before it was set up. That's going to be a foul on the floor. On Joe Schweer, that's his second.
It's kind of cool to see, especially between the boys and girls games. There's a lot of siblings and relatives playing for both of these teams. Lots of family ties. It's cool to see.
Off the dribble handoff, the 3. In and out, rebound to Bailey. Blue Jays have their largest lead. They're trying to extend it, can't do it. That came out of Schweer's hands weird. Now Allen in transition, steps around the defender, but Bailey there for the rebound. Schweer in a hurry, has it tipped away and taken away. GACC gets back, Foxhoven. Bailey another rebound.
That is Bailey's 5th rebound so far as we're just starting the second quarter here.
Meanwhile, Crofton shooting woes continue. It's the kind of thing that, well, it feels like it's contagious. You can sense the frustration building, the hand check foul. Because the thing is, Andrew, they're not getting bad looks. They're putting up the shots I think they want to put up.
Yeah, I got to agree with you. It's just been a matter of execution. They're getting those good looks. They're putting their players in the right positions.
Ooh, in and out on the 3. Fox over the rebound, then a foul called. That foul is going to be on GACC. They get Jesse Steffen.
It almost looked like there was a little bit of chirp in there, but you could hear Coach Gade kind of telling his players to calm down and don't want to get too high-headed early.
Certainly sensing the frustration as that 3 rolls off the rim. It's tipped out, last touch by Foxhoven. And back come the Blue Jays. Connor Kralik, 6'5" senior running point. Leaves it for Bailey, left side. He directs traffic. Now right side, that's Sam Huss, giving it back up to Kralik. Bailey wants three. Long rebound, tracked down by Jace Foxoven. And an offensive foul called. Control foul. Coach Gay doesn't like it, but it goes to the Blue Jays. We'll take another look. Hey, that anytime that elbow sticks out, anytime you see that chicken wing, you're probably going to get the call. Diego Onade in the game for the Blue Jays for the first time. Here's Huss in the corner. Onade swings left side. Boy, good ball movement. Blue Jays have remained crisp. Second ball reversal, Onade. Down low, Cody Huss. Back up to Sam Huss. Now Dinslage leans into one and rolls it home. 5 points off the bench for Miles Dinslage.
And just on that possession, Eric, just incredible ball movement.
They left Allen alone, though, lost him. And Trevor Allen answers with the triple. Back to an 11-point game. You've got all subs but one player in right now for GACC. That three short. The rebound to no one, tied up. Possession arrow will keep it with the Blue Jays, and a couple starters back in for Coach Dwayne Mendley.
Giving their starters a little bit of a breather, having that 11-point lead, being able to afford giving those guys some bench time.
Tough pass inside. Foxoven pokes it away. Allen out with it. And Crofton will bring things under control halfway home, second quarter. Can the Warriors find their rhythm offensively? Backdoor cut, not there. It's up top instead to Panning. Allen off the Panning screen. Panning released, able to control it, reverse, and get the lay-in. Kralik working one-on-one with Pinkelman. Onade just being pestered by Pinkelman. Got it out to Kralik. Wide open, too strong. Rebound to Allen. Allen swung to Pinkelman. Pinkelman saw an opening, took it, took advantage. Two straight really strong offensive possessions for Crofton. The touch pass, Kralik works it in, got swiped across the neck. That foul on Panning, his first, team third.
Now I'm almost wondering, I mean, you see that GA has their subs coming in off the bench, and you almost wonder if Crofton's trying to take advantage of that, considering the size differences now not as present out on the court at this current moment.
Yeah, the Blue Jays have gone back to a four-starter look. Onade, the only sub out there right now. Dribbled out, last touched by Crofton. Oh, correction, it's Cody Huss is out there as well, so a couple subs still in. Certainly a luxury for Coach Dwayne Mendlick to have that kind of depth. Can find some different rotations, some different matchups, a reach in there. Is the fourth team foul on Crofton. And the third on Allen. Now, Allen has been one of the bright spots for Crofton offensively, and his first half is likely done. And now Coach Mendlick immediately sends Dinslage back in favor of Onade, so Crofton going big here with Kralik, Schweer, and Dinslage all on the floor at once. Kralik off the Dinslage screen, curls to the rack, iron unkind, Foxoven the rebound.
Yeah, and I think Coach Mendlick recognizes that height is playing to their advantage big time as far as offensive production, so he wants to get all his big guys down there out on the court to try to keep that lead going.
Foxoven rotates right side. A slip screen and a travel Crofton just a little out of sorts right now. This is a Crofton team just put up 57 on Boyd County 2 nights ago. Their offense has, it's had its wheels early on. They just haven't found it yet tonight. Kralik through contact, tough shot. Battle for the rebound, out of bounds. Foxhoven can't keep it alive. And Sam Pinkelman into the game now. In favor of Seth Pinkelman. Dinslage, nice pass. Run of the baseline too strong. The follow-up not there. Rebound somehow finds its way to Schweer, who's hacked. Bryce Bailey, you can see the frustration. First of all, great pass from Dinslage. Look at the big man. And then how do neither of those go in?
Oh, they just kept trying a second, third, and fourth time. But that was an incredible pass. You don't really see that too often coming from down low.
And that foul, by the way, was on Jace Foxhoven, so some foul trouble. You've got Foxhoven and Trevor Allen, each with 3. Schweer splits the pair. He has 4. Guardian Angels has 22. That's good for an 8-point lead. Barnes panning. Leaves it up top for Braxton Foxhoven. Still looking for his first points tonight. Taking on 2 defenders. Good timing on the rebound. Put back good. Seth Pinkelman. Back to a 6-point game and turned over. Boy, for all their struggles offensively, Crofton is one outside shot away from making this a one-possession game.
And you can see the momentum even shift over on the bench as Crofton's starting to find a rhythm as they could bring this in even closer.
Entry pass, tough shot in the trees. Dinslage the rebound. That was a pretty good look, but Panning had to lean away from it. Now Kralik. Dinslage. Swung to Huss, finds some room for mid-range. Offensive rebound. Nice job to keep it alive, and Kralik is fouled on the floor. He'll shoot. And now it's Guardian Angels struggling from the field. They're just 2 of 13 from the field this quarter.
That was just a great offensive rebound from Sam Haas, being able to create that foul to potentially get at least a point off the possession.
Foul called on Sam Pinkelman, his first. So the shooting woes that we saw from Crofton, they were 2 of 13 in the first quarter, and not even free throws dropping, but now it's GACC who's 2 of 13 from the field in this quarter. They're the ones who can't buy a bucket right now, but Crofton, while they've built up some momentum, they got to find their shot. Between these circles, it's Pinkelman. Looks like Crofton's going to hold for the last one if they can. 20 seconds. Pinkelman picked up by Kralik defensively. Crofton out of horns, try to lob it to the corner. Back to Pinkelman, spots up, left it short, had it followed up. Dinslage from three-quarter court can't hit, and that's the end of the first half. Well, Crofton closed the gap, but as we head to the break, it's 22-16. Guardian Angels Central Catholic with the lead. Halftime show coming up. This is NCN.
My dad's addiction and death from overdosing on opioids has taught me it's likely that everybody knows somebody who is struggling with this very problem. Losing my mentor, my best friend, he took one pill too many that ultimately killed him.
Some jobs are hard work. Long hours, Busy days? Late nights? But there's something in us that keeps us going when we know what we're doing is making a difference in someone's life. Because it's the hardest jobs that are the most important, and that pride you feel makes it more than worth the effort. NPPD, powering our state, empowering your life.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
I'm Chris Suckup, and I started at Madison County Bank in 2003. Experience, commitment to community, and unmatched customer service. Madison County Bank has been rooted in Northeast Nebraska for over 130 years and is here to help you grow. For ag banking, home loans, and business banking, visit your local Madison County Bank in
Madison, Plainview, Albion, and all of Northeast Nebraska.
(22-16), Guardian Angels Central Catholic leading Crofton at the half alongside Andrew Pfeiffer. I'm Eric McKay. Andrew, neither team really putting up a banner shooting effort this evening so far, but part of what we've seen was Guardian Angels open a big lead and Crofton finally find some rhythm in the second quarter. We'll bring up the halftime highlights here, but I think really it's going to come down to who can string the shots together, because both teams are getting decent looks that just haven't gone in.
And it's interesting that you brought that up because Crofton struggled offensively in the first quarter, not putting up great numbers, but it was almost like the roles reversed in the second quarter, and Guardian Angels were having some trouble offensively, but they have had great ball movement. Their high-end physical advantage has been their best doing. And taking a look at the two players I thought made the biggest difference so far, Bryce Bailey alongside Miles Dinslage. They both share together 9 rebounds, Bryce Bailey having 6, Dinslage having 3, and because of that and because of their height difference, they're able to control those boards. They're able to have those second effort and third effort shots, as to where Crofton may not have that advantage. And so when you're on offense, you got to make your shots count, and they've had the looks, they've just been unable to finish. But the roles did reverse in that second quarter.
Absolutely they did, and look, there have been opportunities for rebounds, let's call it that way. Bryce Bailey did have 6 rebounds. How about Connor Kralik, 7 points, 4 boards for GACC, 5 points, 3 boards off the bench for Miles Dinslage, doing a nice job off the pine for Coach Mendlick. Meanwhile, Crofton, led by Seth Pinkelman, he had 8 hard-earned points. Trevor Allen with 5, I think the biggest stat for them right now, though. Well, there's a couple. Braxton Foxhoven, 0 points. They got to get him going offensively. And Jace Foxhoven and Trevor Allen each with 3 fouls. Those are 2 things to watch for the Warriors here in the second half. Meanwhile, in terms of shooting, Guardian Angels shooting 31% from the field. Crofton shooting 28% from the field. Better in the second than the first for Crofton. Flipped that for Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Andrew, it's going to be an interesting second half, and I think both of these teams kind of sense what a win tonight would mean for them, because I think there's a little bit of tightness on those shots. I think these are 2 programs that want to get back on the winning side of things and maybe pressing a little bit over those first 2 quarters.
I think you brought up a great point. I think because of what these games mean to both sides, I mean, it has to tighten up their shots. I'm sure that they're being more selective and rather probably shooting more conservatively. Unfortunately, at points and others for both sides, I mean, they haven't gotten shots to fall. As shooting hasn't been the greatest stat of the night, but you can tell the intention is there, and with the nerves that they're playing with, either way, I could see this going either way. Once we get into the second half, it's going to be interesting who can establish that offensive rhythm. And honestly, if I were to predict it, I think Guardian Angels could probably come back out if they give their big guys some rest. come out and open up the way they did in the first quarter.
That's certainly what they will look to do. 22-16, the Blue Jays lead. Second half coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Regional, we offer a full spectrum for eye rejuvenation. It's an old saying that the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, they're also the part of a body that most people are looking at most of the time. So eye rejuvenation really consists of working on the part of your bodies that really you show the most. Eye rejuvenation can be functional, so we can improve vision, and it can also be cosmetic and improve appearance. Functionally, people really benefit from increasing their visual fields. So if you feel that usually happens with your upper eyelids, if your upper eyelids are affecting your vision, removing that excess skin from your upper eyelids can help that quite a bit. Same thing with your brows. If your eyebrows are dropping over time, that can affect your vision as well. Most people on average, if you look at plastic surgery studies, they feel that having eye rejuvenation surgery just from a cosmetic point of view can take 5 to 7 years off of your age of your face.
A partner in your everyday since 1975. Woodhouse.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people that we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Currency. Visit GoCurrency.com for details. And by Region 4 Behavioral Health, quality mental health and substance abuse services.
Let your next adventure take flight in Sarpy County, Nebraska for some high-flying fun. Legendary family adventures. Out-of-this-world shopping. Star-studded evenings, and award-winning experiences. Our flights are never canceled. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
A partner in your everyday since 1975. Woodhouse.
Second half underway here at the Central Catholic Activity Center in West Point. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay. Guardian Angels starting in a zone to open the second half, and they get a turnover almost on the opening possession. Somehow it comes out to Foxhoven, and Braxton Foxhoven gets his first bucket tonight.
That's the way you want to start out if you're Crofton. I mean, if they're playing in the zone, go ahead and take advantage.
GACC back with their starting five. Both teams starting five out there in the second half. And that means you've got two players in foul trouble out there for Crofton. Jace Foxhoven and Trevor Allen both with 3. Here's Connor Kralik, leads all scorers with 7. Got a screen from Din Sloggy. who's able to pull down the rebound off the miss. Muscles one home and one. Sometimes it just pays to be bigger than the other guy.
It's his 4th rebound of the night. And I mean, great second effort to put his shot back up. And just what a great effort from Dinslage.
Pinkelman called for the foul, his first. And the free throw good. How about Miles Dinslage? So I said starting 5. I was incorrect because, oh no, that is the starting 5 out there. Dinslage has been solid for GACC tonight. 8 points. Free throw line jumper off the heel. Offensive rebound. Found its way to Pinkelman. So GACC running a 1-3-1 zone. You got Kralik at 6'5". Up top. There's not much you can do in terms of passing lanes around that kind of length. Allen wants 3. Missed it. Offensive rebound blocked from behind. But Foxhoven will be shooting. The foul, much to the chagrin of the Blue Jay faithful, called on Miles Dinslage.
And you can almost kind of tell with the zone defense that they are playing. They're trying to get Crofton to shoot and take those shots where they know they've been struggling. I mean, both teams have been struggling, granted, but they're really trying to play that zone back to be able to use their height advantage, go up and get rebounds, and try to make Crofton miss those shots.
Boy, Foxhoven misses both free throws. The one thing about a 1-3-1, and we've seen it on 2 straight possessions, it does tend to give up the offensive rebound opportunity. Let's see how they sew that up. The miss there, Foxhoven the rebound. Off the Jesse Steffen miss. Steffen is the one starter who's been a bit quiet tonight. Kralik called for the foul there. Pinkelman between the circles gets it to Allen. Oh, miss on the first shot. The second one won't go either, but Foxhoven fouled. Boy, you think Sam Pinkelman wants that one back? Take another look. You're not going to get a much more open look than that. Foul on the floor, meanwhile. It's called on Jesse Steffen, his second. Nice pass across the lane. Oh, we'll see how long they stay in this 1-3-1. Crofton has navigated it pretty well so far. Dinslage screens. Kralik. Good rotation defensively. Kralik. Screen off the wing. Can't get it to the roller. Dinslage set up with a decided size advantage, but the double team comes. Blue Jays staying patient. Kralik. Dinslage. Kralik now works off the screen. 3 won't go. Good defensive possession by Crofton there. And a timeout called by Guardian Angels. We'll take one as well. 5:13 to go in the third. It's a 5-point game. You're watching NCN.
At Elkhorn Valley Bank, we believe in local. It's something we live by. It's something we're proud of. It's helping our neighbors grow like they've helped us. Supporting families, investing in lives, and creating prosperity. Local means making decisions that grow and improve surrounding communities we call home. Investing in our nonprofits and giving back. Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, great for you, great for your community.
25-20, Guardian Angels Central Catholic with a lead over Crofton. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay. Andrew, out of this timeout, let's see what GACC does defensively. Crofton's done a nice job against that 1-3-1. They hadn't really seen it in the first half. Let's see what GACC does. Looks like they're going to stick with it, but with some pressure this time.
Well, I mean, if you're Crofton, I mean, what can you do? Can you try to beat the zone and go underneath, or?
That time you get the pressure on the 1-3-1. Kralik off the turnover. But numbers at the other end, they break the press. Foxhoven can't get the first, but another offensive rebound, and he'll head to the line.
And Foxhoven's approaching double digits on rebounds tonight, already at 8. As he has had himself a night as far as controlling the boards.
He's struggled to shoot. His 4 points have come in the second half. Again, he was the leading scorer for this team a year ago. Leading returning scorer, I should say. Their leading scorer graduated. 8 points, 8 rebounds a game. Just had 17 this past Thursday against Boyd County, a career high. Splits the pair there. We got ourselves a 6-point ball game. Top of the key, Schwer. Kralik. Up top, that's an open three, but missed everything. Nice effort to save it by Schwer, but Foxhoven pulls it down. Now at the other end, that's Allen. He can't hit. And Jesse Steffen brings it back up. Now it's Kralik through contact. Right place, right time. Put back not there. Long rebound to Foxhoven. Crofton off and running. Now Jace Foxhoven pulls up in the lane. Short-armed it. Foul on the rebound attempt on the Warriors. Both teams just seem a little tight in the third quarter.
Yeah, we haven't seen a whole lot of offensive scoring. We're still within 6 points. And both defenses, I think, have been pretty solid.
That foul, by the way, called on Jace Foxhoven. That's his 4th. And another swipe there. That's a foul on the floor called on Sam Pinkelman. So now you've got Crofton with 3 team fouls. Jace Pinkelman probably done for the quarter. The young man who's been the leading scorer for Crofton this season, but has yet to score tonight. Nice clear out. Beautiful screen set by Schwer. Sam Huss takes advantage. Back the other way. Baseline. Tough shot. Bailey there for the rebound. That was Jace Panning in traffic. Dinslage, I should say, in the lane. Offensive foul. Look, when you give up that kind of size, you really got to lean in to taking the contact. Jace Panning just got steamrolled. Hey, congratulations, by the way, to the Nebraska volleyball team. They have just advanced to the Final Four. They defeat Arkansas in 4 sets this evening. Volleyball State. Bounce pass left side, open 3, left short. Boy, these are a lot of open looks that Crofton just cannot hit. Now the other way. Dinslage pulls up. Bad bounce, Panning the board. Entry pass probably a little too difficult there. Outlet up ahead. Haas will slow it down. Bryce Bailey. Little slip screen, pulls up from mid-range. Rebound tapped to Pinkelman. Up ahead, switches to the left hand. Seth Pinkelman in double figures. Now Haas. Doesn't have anything baseline. Left side, Steffen. Over the help defender. And Jesse Steffen with 4. Well, bad pass up ahead. Blue Jay defense turning up the intensity. It's a 3-on-2. Blue Jays will back it out. Swung to Huss. Wants 3. Gets 3. Sam Haas now with 5 all this quarter. Blue Jays have equaled their largest lead at 11. Pressure defense causing problems. That's a foul, though. And we'll send Allen to the line. So Trevor Allen, the freshman, foul on Cody Haas, his first. First free throw, no good. Boy, just one of those shooting nights that Crofton would like to forget.
And that's a tough one to miss, too. You have to take advantage of those free throw shots that you're given, considering you're down by 11. But, I mean, we've seen teams come back from 11 and make it a close game.
That we have. Saw it earlier this evening. Allen splits the pair. He has 6. But it's still a double-digit lead for the home team. GACC trying to get to 3-2 on the season. Again, a team that won just 4 games last year, looking for their third in just the third week of the season. Swung up top, Haas. Nice denial of the entry pass. They reset. Schweer through the contact, follows his shot, goes back up with it and draws damage. Joe Schweer has been limited a bit offensively tonight, just 4 points, but not for lack of effort. And rewarded with a trip to the line here.
And he only has 2 rebounds, one of them being from this second attempt, but great effort going up, grabbing the board, and then drawing the foul to be able to put up some more points.
Makes the first. Coach Mendlick will call a timeout. We'll keep it here. An 11-point lead, chance to make it 12 at the free throw line. Hey folks, tune into News Channel Nebraska every Monday evening and Tuesday morning for the Husker Men's Basketball Coaches Show. Coach Fred Hoiberg visits with Greg Sharp, talks about the week that was in Husker basketball and the road ahead. That's the Husker Men's Basketball Coaches Show each and every Monday and Tuesday, brought to you by United Healthcare, where small towns matter. Huskers at home against Michigan State tomorrow, trying to come back from 2 tough losses. Big Ten season is underway, Andrew. That is where things get tough.
Oh, absolutely. But Nebraska went on a run early. And, you know, like you said, had those 2 pretty tough losses. One of them to the Blue Jays, mind you, not Guardian Angels, but Creighton.
Schweer's second free throw not there. No one can handle the rebound. It'll be Crofton basketball. Now some full court pressure by the Blue Jays, really varying their defenses, trying to keep Crofton off balance. This is a great press break. That is picture perfect. It's exactly how you want to do it. Jays panning with 4.
What an excellent pass behind the zone, just being able to find the connection off the glass, and that's the kind of offense you want to play if you're Crofton.
Schweer kicks up Kralik from the elbow. Nothing but the bottom. Connor Kralik spins some silk there. He's got 11. Now brought the arm down. That's a foul. And it'll be Crofton heading to the line again. That's the second on Kralik. There's another look at that jumper. That's pure elbow extended. Great form. Sam Pinkelman hits the first. Still no field goals for him tonight. Led the team in assists a year ago. Makes the second. Back to a 9-point game. Guardian Angels staying at arm's length. Now Crofton going to apply some pressure. Haas bounces up ahead, ball kicked, and the Blue Jays will inbound. Kralik off the Haas screen. Found some room, cleared out behind him. Too strong on the shot. Foxhoven the rebound.
And with that, Foxhoven in double digits, 10 rebounds on the night.
Both teams sacrificing the body. They're going to call the tie-up. Alternating possession gives it back to GACC. They go to the bench and bring the starters back in. Jesse Steffen, Bryce Bailey, Miles Dinslaggy all return in favor of the Haas's, Cody and Sam and Diego Onate. Possibly last possession here. GACC trying to wrench control of this game heading into the fourth. Dinslage surveying. Kralik with 8. Nice job to fight through the screen there. Kralik mishandled down to 3 seconds. They got to hurry. Dinslage wants 3, missed everything. And that is the end of the third quarter. Well, that possession did not go well, but the night has gone pretty well. GACC up 9. Fourth quarter next. You're watching NCM.
Regional, we offer a full spectrum for eye rejuvenation. It's an old saying that the eyes are the windows to the soul. Well, they're also the part of a body that most people are looking at most of the time. So eye rejuvenation really consists of working on the part of your bodies that really you show the most. Eye rejuvenation can be functional, so we can improve vision, and it can also be cosmetic and improve appearance. Functionally, people really benefit from increasing their visual fields. So if you feel that usually happens with your upper eyelids, if your upper eyelids are affecting your vision, removing that excess skin from your upper eyelids can help that quite a bit. Same thing with your brows. If your eyebrows are dropping over time, that can affect your vision as well. Most people on average, if you look at plastic surgery studies, they feel that having eye rejuvenation surgery just from a cosmetic point of view can take 5 to 7 years off of your age of your face.
Final 8 minutes of regulation underway here in the Central Catholic Activity Center in West Point. Alongside Andrew Pfeiffer, I'm Eric McKay. 9-point lead for Guardian Angels Central Catholic. Crofton trying to change it. Ooh, nice pass. Good active hands, though, to force the turnover. Boy, that was the right move. But Bryce Bailey got the hand up and forced the tip. You see another look at it there. Now back to live action. Crofton going with some full court pressure. Foxhoven had to back off because of the 4 fouls, and that allows Kralik to find Miles Dinslage. He's in double figures. GACC keeping the ball pressure on. Foxhoven across the lane, off the window. The offensive rebound, that one not there. My goodness, so many missed opportunities from point-blank range for Crofton tonight. Now it's Dinslage taking on 2 defenders, gets it back to Kralik, and the Blue Jays have their largest lead. Kralik with 13. Quick trigger triple at the other end. Another offensive rebound by Foxhoven. He got the shot to go, but the officials say foul on the floor, and he's got a look on his face like, look, I made one. Can't I get credit for that? Foul on Jesse Steffen, his third. He immediately sits in favor of Cody Haas. But another rebound for Foxhoven. He's been there on the offensive glass, but boy, the putbacks just have not gone down. Foxhoven. Allen now up top, Pinkelman. The lob down low, found its way to Jace Foxhoven. What a pass by Sam Pinkelman.
And I'm almost surprised he came up with it down low. I wasn't really quite sure where the pass was going.
Turnover at the other end. Crofton pressing the issue. Pinkelman blocked on his way up by Haas. Dinslage the rebound. Now it's Schweer the other way. He'll head to the line. Take another look at the bang play there. Hard to draw an offensive foul when the contact comes from the side. If you're going to take a charge, you got to take it with your chest. That's what coaches always tell you. Otherwise, it's going to be tough to get it. Schweer hits the front end. 6 points for him. Short arms the second. How about Dinslage? getting it done on the offensive window. And now he'll shoot a pair.
Yeah, you can see him go up, second effort, draws the foul. We get the opportunity for 2 more. 6 rebounds on tonight for Dinslage.
Go along with 10 points. Make it 11. One of the senior leaders on this team. 5 seniors on this squad. Played a lot of basketball together. Dinslage hits both. 12 and 6 for the big man. 14-point lead. That is the largest for the Blue Jays tonight. Pinkelman looks off the pass. Boy, that's just the kind of night it's been for Crofton. That was 3/4 of the way down. And taken away. Haas in transition. Kralik over 2 defenders. Nice touch on the floater. Connor Kralik with 15. It's a 16-point advantage. Elbow jumper finds the bottom. Braxton Foxhoven finally finding his shot. Just 5 points for him tonight, all this half. It's been a tough night shooting the basketball for the junior. Off the screen, Schweer swings back up. Kralik into the lane, fouled on the floor. You get the sense the Blue Jays, kind of the shark-smelling blood mentality, of really upped the aggressiveness on the offensive end.
Well, you got 5:10 to go, and you're up by 14. You just really want to salt away that lead.
Passes like that will help Joe Schweer off the Connor Kralik find. Back to a 16-point game and back into the 1-3-1. Swung right side. That's Arns. In and out. Foxhoven taps it up, but Kralik ready. Blue Jays taking control of this one. Kralik aggressive on the drive again. That time maybe forced the issue in on Foxhoven. Pinkelman reverses the dribble, spots up the lefty. Dinslage the rebound. The Blue Jays slowing it down a little bit. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take some of the air out of the ball a little bit, nursing a huge lead as we come up on the halfway mark of the fourth quarter. Kralik, Schweer, mid-range, rattles it in. 5 this quarter, 10 for the ball game.
That's kind of what you want. You want to play as conservatively as possible, drain as much clock on the possession, and get a good look there in the end, finish it out. You now have an 18-point lead.
Right side lob to Arns. Foxhoven finds Pinkelman. Dinslage, he didn't block it, but he certainly altered it. That's, I think Crofton has struggled at times with the height. They've just seen their shots altered a little bit. Never really saw their offense get comfortable tonight. So stay with GACC.
And I think
that's coming into the game. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're okay. I was just saying, I think that's a good point. Just watching back on that last possession, Pinkelman, it almost seems like the ball left his hands as soon as it got there because he doesn't really have much time to be able to settle and have that shot.
Onate. Kralik misses the 3, and then on the rebound, a foul called underneath the hoop. That's on Bryce Bailey. Crofton needs points in a hurry. Back to live action. Foxhoven short arms it. Onate the rebound. Kralik was set up on the left block. They keep it on the outside. He's calling for it. Top of the key. Nice job to find room. He's working on a guy with 4 fouls. Good recognition to get him the ball. 17 for Connor Kralik tonight. Inside out, Allen drains the triple. Allen with 9.
That was a great shot from the wing from Allen. Being able to find that open look. I mean, if you're Crofton, really all you can do this point is you're trying to get as many points as fast as possible. I mean, that's really all you can do.
Onate. Wanted to get it to Kralik down low. Foxhoven staying active defensively. Nice high-low there, draws the foul. So, Connor Kralik already with 17 will look to keep that going. That's the 4th foul on Trevor Allen. You've got Allen, Sam Pinkelman, Jace Foxhoven, all with 4 for Crofton. First one good, folks. Stick around after the game. We'll be talking to the winning head coach. That interview brought to you by Sarpy County Tourism. Stay, play, and plan your getaway at GoSarpy.com. Chase Smith back into the game for GACC. Bryce Bailey sits down. 2 points for him. Been active on the glass, though. 19-point lead. Connor Kralik only 1 miss this quarter. Stepping up in the clutch. Now a 2-3 zone from GACC. Good ball movement running the baseline. That's Jace Panning. Onate. Down to 1:42 to go. GACC on their way to getting to 3-2 on the year. Again, a team that won just 4 games a year ago. Obviously a much improved group this year. Meanwhile, Crofton will slip to 2-2. They've got games coming up against Cedar Catholic next week. Good offensive rebound and put back there. That's Tyson Jackson's first make. GACC, meanwhile, will be back in action against Norfolk Catholic on Thursday. That spot up 3 by Smith, short, and the rebound to Foxhoven. Inside of a minute to go. Pinkelman up fakes from 3. 2 defenders close out. Now they swing to Allen. And a timeout call. This is a substitution timeout. We'll see some new players getting into the game. Andrew, a very impressive performance tonight by Guardian Angel Central Catholic, both offensively and defensively.
Absolutely, with the physicality, the height difference. I mean, that was probably the biggest thing that played a role for this team today, is just the height difference, being able to take advantage of the boards down low and creating shot opportunities, and Crofton just couldn't keep up.
So new players into the game for Crofton. We'll try to get all these subs. Got Jackson Lind into the game, the sophomore. Jace Panning back into the game. Trace Tramp, the freshman, is in. This is Tyson Jackson running point. For GACC, you got Jackson Brunsing is out there. Dribbled off the foot. Haas back in there. Nice play up ahead. Jace Panning gets the lay-in. Down to 10 seconds. GACC also sending Isaac Gunther in the game, the sophomore. And Seth Baumert, who keys one up off the mark. Panning the rebound, and that will do it. The final score, 54-41. GACC gets the win. Post-game show coming up. You're watching NCN.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
Storefronts, pop-up shops, food trucks, and digital retail. The way we do business is ever changing, and so are we. Madison County Bank's business lending team is constantly evolving to support and provide new information to our business and commercial customers. We understand that your business is truly unique. We are ready to find the business banking services that fit your needs best. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
(54-41), Guardian Angels Central Catholic gets the win. Their winning head coach this evening, Brian Mendlick. He's standing by with Andrew Pfeiffer.
Courtside with Guardian Angels head coach Brian Mendlick. Coach, 3-2 now in the regular season. You were talking kind of before this interview, you said it was a tough one. Kind of talk about that.
They're a real physical team. I knew coming out they'd be an aggressive. They play really hard. They're well coached. And, we had a big win for us the other night, and sometimes the games after those are trap games, so to speak, a little bit. But we came out and kind of handled their pressure a little bit, kept them at arm's length for most of the game, and ended up pulling one out.
And, Coach, you now move to 3-2 without a doubt. As you're starting to kind of go into the regular season, how do you think this win tonight is going to help you throughout the rest of the regular season?
It's just a good confidence builder for us. We, conference game, first one of the year for us, and our conference is awful tough, a lot of physical play, like as you saw tonight, and it was just showed we can handle the physicality of teams when we try to build on that moving forward.
Absolutely. And Coach, you're heading to Norfolk Catholic next week. You have a big test on the road. What are you guys going to do as far as preparing for that next matchup?
Well, hopefully they're coming off of football, so they had less practice. That'll, help us a little bit, but they got the big Fennessy kid inside. Catholic's really well coached. They're going to be even more physical moving forward. State champs in football, they're going to be pounding it inside, being big and strong. So hopefully we can come out and learn a little bit from tonight and give them all we got next week.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll now have our player of the game step on here, Connor Kralik. Connor, you had 19 points, 6 rebounds, just all over the floor, offensively, defensively tonight. Where do you say the credit's due?
To the team. We started off really slow, and then we picked it up in the second half, and we were able to get things done.
And how does this win tonight, do you see, affect you going as the momentum into the regular season and especially coming up against Norfolk Catholic this upcoming week?
Yeah, it pushes us forward. We're starting off a lot stronger than we did last year, and that's just going to help the whole team get more momentum and keep winning.
And one of the things that I happened to notice was the size advantage that you guys had down on the floor here tonight, and I'm sure that you guys have had in games previous. How is your size and the size of the team generally going to help you as the season moves on?
It helps a lot, especially playing in mid-states. We have a lot of other teams are big too, and that helps us match up well and match up with a lot of teams.
Well, congratulations on your win tonight, being player of the game. Have a good one.
Thank you. You too.
All right, we'll have more post-game content coming up here on NCN Sports Now.
Regional, we offer a full spectrum for eye rejuvenation.
Does your business need quick, competitive financing for heavy machinery, trucks, or other equipment? Currency is here to help. Whether you're financing construction equipment, farm equipment, trucks, trailers, or any other big-ticket item, Currency will automatically find the best rates. Currency facilitates loans for up to $500,000 with repayment terms up to 72 months. It's fast, easy, and free to use. Visit GoCurrency.com and apply today.
(54-41). Guardian Angels Central Catholic gets the win. Let's take a look at our top plays brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank. For all your banking needs, Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Mid-state conference action, Guardian Angels Central Catholic against Crofton. Two teams that look to be much improved over a year ago, especially the Blue Jays hitting from outside early. That's Joe Schweer from downtown as the Blue Jays have the lead early. They can get it done inside as well. Beautiful ball movement. And that's Jesse Steffen, the benefactor. 16-5 Blue Jays lead after 1 second quarter. More from the Blue Jays and more from the outside. Connor Kralik, 6'5 junior. He can go inside, he can go outside. There he prefers outside as the Blue Jays extend their lead. But Crofton struggled early with their shot. Trevor Allen finds it there. Crofton trims the lead to 6 at the half, third quarter. Bit of a broken play, but GACC can't get there. Braxton Foxhoven can. He struggled with his shot on the night, but was able to get the finish there. GACC used their size advantage. You see the offensive rebound and the putback by Miles Dinslage. When you got it going inside, that opens things up outside. Cody Haas hits the triple. Blue Jays extend their lead to 9 as we head to the fourth quarter. And in the fourth quarter, it was all about the Blue Jays. The lob, the big man, Miles Dinslage, had 12 points. And Kralik, our player of the game, 19 points, 6 rebounds. As Crofton, despite their shooting efforts late, will come up short on the road. Your final, Guardian Angel Central Catholic 54, Crofton 41. The Blue Jays now get to 3-2 on the year. So 3-2 GACC. They've got Norfolk Catholic coming up on Thursday. Crofton slips to 2-2, and it gets no easier for them as they hit the road to take on Cedar Catholic next week. For us, our next broadcast will be Thursday evening. Fantastic girls basketball matchup, folks. You do not want to miss this. 2 defending champs going toe-to-toe as Pender takes on North Bend Central in girls basketball Thursday evening. But from West Point, from a broadcast partner, Andrew Pfeiffer, Connor Luby in the truck, and the entire NCN Sports crew, my name is Eric McKay. Thanks for joining us. You've been watching News Channel Nebraska.